Alrighty, in this video, I have 14 tips to decrease your churn by probably upwards of 90+% so that you can make more money so long as you are a service-based business. And of course, like everyone else, I have left the best ones till the end, so stick around so you can make sure you get those because those will make you the most money. Without further ado, let's just dive right in, shall we? Tip number one is onboarding. And what I mean specifically for context for what I'll do for all of these is say the tip and then explain it. So onboarding. What you want to do with your onboarding process is this is quite literally the most important process of keeping your clients and decreasing your churn because this is the first interaction that your customers truly have with you after they have paid. And so this process within the first 24 hours of somebody paying and getting onboarded, which they should do in the first 24 hours, is a huge indicator on how they will perceive and value your company for the relationship moving forward. So it is a great time for you to build a lot of trust and also provide a lot of extra value to make them perceive you as even more valuable. In some ways we can do this is with our speed, right? With our onboarding speed, a lot of companies take a really long time to not only set up the onboarding call and the kickoff call, but even to onboard their clients and to kick things off and start getting results. There's a huge delay, which people do not want. They want to pay and get results as fast as possible. So minimize the time it takes to onboard them and get things set up. The next thing with onboarding is expectations, right? You want to make sure the expectations are set clear and properly with you and the client, right? This will ensure that you have a smooth sailing relationship for the rest of your remainder of your program, whatever the case may be, the remainder of the term agreement that you service them. So the expectations are the same, which will decrease your churn by a lot because people are on the same page as you, okay? And then another couple things here with onboarding is you want to welcome them, right? You want to actually give them a true, real welcome to your company and hype them up, right? A lot of people, especially in the first 24, 48 hours, have a lot of buyer's remorse. They're not sure if they made the right decision. And so it's your chance to come in and have your team come in and reaffirm that they made the right decision. I have an entire video breaking down the exact onboarding process we use to scale an agency to 30K per month. It's somewhere on my YouTube channel. I can link it down below, perhaps if I don't forget to do that later when editing this video. But what you really want to do is make sure that your onboarding process is super tight knit and provides a lot of value, is super quick, is clear with expectations, and also is awesome. It's fun. You want to make your onboarding process exciting for your clients so that they actually enjoy it. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two to follow along with that is quick wins. You want to get your clients as quick of a win as you possibly can. Now, if your service inherently takes a long time, then look at perhaps some other mechanisms, some other vehicles that you could implement to get quick results. For example, if you run ads for a company, it may take a bit of time to get their creatives back from the client, to actually set up the campaigns, to get the campaigns running, and to test the funnels and actually get results in. So what you could do in the meantime is do a database reactivation campaign, right? All you need is a lead list, send a message, away you go. Right? And so there's a lot of other things you could think of, but you want to try and get your clients as quick as a win as humanly possible. Even if it's not the exact outcome, you just want to get them a win to make them think positively about your company. Like, wow, I just paid yesterday and I'm already getting results today. This was a great decision. So you once again remove that buyer's remorse and reinforce the decision that they made the right decision to go with you. Tip number three is a client journey. Most companies do not have a client journey. Their clients sign on and they just say, hey, we're going to help you get results. And the client's like, how? They're like, I don't know, we're going to set up your ads and figure it out. You want to have a clear client journey mapped out from when they join to when they leave, exactly what's going to happen. What happens on day one, right? So I'll just give you an example. Let's say you onboard with me, right? Hey, day one, we're going to set up our kickoff call. On the kickoff call, we're going to go through the data, set up our trackers, set up our ads, create the creatives, create the game plan moving forward, right? By day 7, you're going to book your first appointment. By day 14, you're going to have closed your first client. By day 28, we're going to hire our first team member. By day 62, you're going to have your first 5 members hired. And by day 90, you're going to hit your first 10K month. As an example, that would be a really good customer journey map so the customer can understand what's going to happen at what point in time so they can start to feel like, oh, okay, I feel like I'm not behind. Because what happens to a lot of people is they join, let's say you guarantee them 20K a month after 90 days, and after 30 days, like, oh my goodness, we're not at 20K a month. Because you don't have a roadmap. If you have a roadmap, you can show them, hey, that's totally fine. The 20K comes after day 60. We're in the phase of testing. Look at the roadmap, refer back to this, so they always know what's going on and feel like they're on the path to getting results with you. Because once again, they don't know, right? They don't know how well things are going, but you do. And so you want to show them that with a customer roadmap, a customer journey, so they can understand where they are. Tip number 4 is weekly check-in calls or weekly Loom reports with action plans. So I see a lot of people don't even do check-in calls. You should always do check-in calls. You always want to make sure that you have a set date and a set touch point with your clients weekly, right? This can prevent so many issues, right, that people would prevent and suppress because you don't talk too often, right? A lot of times people churn because they don't communicate. Things happen personally. They second guess if they should work with you. They're trying to budget and save on money. They don't chat with you for a couple weeks. They randomly text you out of the blue. Hey, can we put a pause on this? And you're like, what? Where did this come from? If you had chatted with them every single week, you'll know when something is off and you can fix it before it ever gets even bad in the first place, okay? And what I mean by action plans, instead of just hopping on the calls, like, hey, how are things going? Which is good to do, right? A check-in. How are things going? How do you feel? Is there anything that you're worried about? Is there anything I can help you with? On top of that, you want to put an action plan. Hey, one thing we're going to focus on for the next week on our end is increasing the show up, right? On your end, let's do this, right? And put together an action plan so that your clients constantly feel like you are doing extra things for them. Okay, so they know what's happening. That was tip number 4. Tip number 5 is bring up problems before your clients too. Okay, and so if there's a problem with the ads, if there's a problem with your service, if there's a problem at all with you and one of your clients, you want to bring it up to them before they bring it up to you. Okay, one, this just shows that you're responsible, it shows you're confident, and it shows that you're someone that can be trusted. Okay, because when you bring up a problem and say, hey, I just want to let you know, we've had a bit of a problem with the ads lately, they haven't been performing up to our standard, and here's what we're going to do to fix that. Your clients stop worrying. They stop going, oh my goodness, what's happening here? What's happening here? Because you're telling them, hey, this is wrong, but here's what we're going to do to fix it. And you're giving them an action plan, a game plan of how you're going to circumvent this issue and actually get them results, which is what they care about. They don't care that right now the results are going bad. They just want to make sure they go good in the long run. And so if you can show them like, hey, just let you know this is kind of going a little bit wrong, not the way we expected, but here's what we're going to do to fix that, they'll be a lot more happier with you, and they'll actually respect you a lot more, which will decrease a lot of perhaps smaller churn scenarios that could have happened in the future. I believe we're on number 6 now, which is weekly data reports. So in order to give your clients weekly data reports, you have to first collect data for your clients. And then what you want to do is you want to send the weekly data reports typically on a Sunday to recap the week, right? And so what will happen is that ideally you automate this, right? So it can be sent as an end of week automation, and it will send this data to your client and say, hey, at client, just so you know what's been going on, this week we spent this much on ads, we got this many leads, we got this many appointments, and we got this many sales. Because oftentimes I see this happen a lot, even with the guys I work with, is a lot of people think they're doing worse than they are, but they're actually doing really well. And if you aren't clearly showing that to your clients, they'll sometimes even second guessing, oh, this isn't going as well as we thought. But if you show them the data all the time and the data is good, they're like, oh, wow, we got 30 calls this week and I closed 5 deals. Wow, that's amazing. And a lot of times people forget about that because they get so caught up in the day-to-day and family life and personal things, and things happen that they forget about how well you may actually be doing for them. And so you can remind them with that, with the data. And here's the cool thing. Let's say the data is bad. It gives you a chance to shine and showcase your character by saying, hey, here's the data for this week. It wasn't as good as we wanted it to be, right? The results weren't up to where we wanted them to be. So here's what we're going to do moving forward to tweak this, this, and this, and this. Once again, bringing the problems up to your clients before they bring it up to you, right? Really, really, really good thing you can do. I've lost track of what number we're on. We're probably on number 7 or 8. Whatever number it is, I think it's 7. It is ask for feedback. Something I don't see anyone do, or very rarely anyone, is asking their clients for feedback, right? I try to make a mission for myself to at least every month, or even weekly, ask my clients for feedback. Hey, what could I do to help you? If you were me, what would you do to get yourself better results, right? If there's one thing in this program you wish that was better, or wish I could do more of, what would it be? I just constantly ask them all these different questions to get an idea of what they want, what they need, what things I could do to make their lives better, right? And even if it's unrealistic and not something I can do at this time, I just want to get an idea of what it is my clients want more help with. And so what you should do is on your client check-in calls, perhaps you could ask your client for some feedback. Hey, just some honest feedback for us. Is there anything you think we could do better? Is there anything you wish that we did that we don't currently do? Is there anything that we do but you wish we did more of or did better? Is there anything that, any sort of feedback? I'm open to just anything, right? And it'll give you a chance to hear directly from your customers, or the ones who've already paid you, right? You're talking about ICP, your customers you're working with, and hear what you could do to make your service more valuable and or get even better results. And once again, you showing this amount of care to your clients and then taking action on what they say will decrease your churn. I believe number 8 is what we're on, is update them on new learnings. Something that not many people do is talk to their clients when they learn or implement something new, right? Let's say if you learned a new strategy for running ads, and let's say you're going to try it for one of your clients, instead of just doing it in silence and not telling your clients, tell them about it, right? Show them the video. Hey, just watch this video where I learned how to do this, this, and this. It's something we're going to test out in the future moving forward with you. Just want to show it with you just so you know, right? Doesn't have to be, this crazy huge spiel. Just these small little things to show your client that, hey, you're working. Because here's the deal. You're sitting down at your desk on your computer typing away working, but does the client? Right? If right now I call all of your clients and ask them, hey, what is so-and-so doing for you? What did they do for you the last week? What are they doing for you today? And they can't answer, you run a flawed business. Your client should always know what's going on. And this is why we incentivize communication, bringing up problems, having action plans, having game plans, having a client roadmap, right? Having these check-in calls, et cetera, so that your clients can feel and know that you are actually working for them and their money is going to use. Okay. Number 9 is build a community with your current clients. And so one way, and this is sometimes for some people, this can actually kind of hurt you if you have bad results, but if you have good results and you're looking for a way to leverage and really build, if you have a big company, right, 20 plus clients, let's say, one really good incentivization, thing you can do to incentivize your clients to stay longer is to create a community, right? From the dawn of human time, people have belonged to communities, tribes, right, back in the day, and now communities. And so when you put people in a community like this and they start to make a couple of friends, they're way less likely to want to leave because they're like, damn, I know these guys. I felt like I built friends with these guys. Like, I don't want to leave this group. Decreases churn for you, and will also help them get better results because now you have clients sharing what's working for them, right? What other people can do, and they start to get real, like from the industry experience and insight from people who are literally in the industry, right? Which is pretty darn cool. So making a community with your clients, what you could even do, some cool sauce for you, is pay one of your best clients, right, who's really, really, really good, to host a call a week or a call a month where they share what's working and they share some of their insights, and they can even do a bit of a Q&A, right? And you could even, or actually want to take a step up, let's say you're in real estate, try and find out how you could pay one of the best realtors in whatever, that try and see if you can pay them a couple $100 for just an hour, right? Pay them $400 for 1 hour. It's a pretty good deal for most people, but now you have $400 you pay one time a month. This one guy comes in for 1 hour a month and gives a Q&A. Now all your clients are like, wow, I get to ask this really cool guy a bunch of questions, right, for an hour every single month, and they don't have to pay for it because they already pay for you, and you pay this guy $400 one time, and all your clients get the value. And guess who the accreditation goes to? To you, because you are the party host, right? Like, the party host gets all the credit for having a cool party, but what makes a party cool is not the party host, it's the people, right? So it's a pretty cool dynamic where, like, you brought the guy in, and even though you're not the guy, you get the credit because you're the one that brought the guy in, right? We're getting a little over our head here, but I think you kind of get the point, is making a community around your clients. I forget what number one, I think we're on number 10 or 9 or something like that. It's brand reputation. A lot of people, and especially in the service-based place, just kind of help people get some more customers, but there's a lot more you can do, especially in the B2B space, with brand reputation, right? Updating their Google SEO, their Google meta tags, right? Even their Google reviews, even their Google business profile, their Instagram profile, their Facebook profile, their TikTok profile, their LinkedIn profile, right? There's so many people that miss out on all this stuff because they're busy, they're working, they don't know, right? But you can come in and help tweak their brand reputation so they look better, right? And although this may not inherently directly contribute to more revenue, whatever the case is, it will make the client feel like, wow, this guy's going above and beyond to make sure that I look better, and they will value that. Once again, decreasing churn because they like you more. Number, 10, 11, something like that, is texts. And what I mean by text is something I call you are winning texts. A lot of times, a lot of clients actually get quite good results with a lot of people, but they still feel negative. They still feel down because a lot of people in this world are negative. They're always looking down. They're always looking for the negative things, always looking for the bad things, and so they forget what's going well. I actually had a client who closed, I think, 4 clients in the first week or 2 of working with me, and when I asked him how are things going, he's like, it's going okay. I signed another 2 clients. He closed 2 clients in a day. I signed another 2 clients today, but I don't know, things just aren't feeling good, and I don't know. I said, dude, what? Scrap. You signed 2 clients? He's like, yeah, I guess. I was like, what do you mean you guess? You signed them yesterday? He's like, yeah, I did. I was like, dude, that's fucking insane. He's like, I guess so. I was like, no. Not I guess so. That's incredible, dude. 2 weeks ago, you were telling me you couldn't even sign a client. Now you signed 2 in a day? He's like, I was like, dude, that's incredible. You've made so much progress in just the last 2 weeks of us working together. This is insane, and we're just getting started. He's like, damn, you're right. And I was like, I know. Right? But for him, it was just weird relief where it was like, damn, that is kind of cool. But I had to tell him that, hey man, you're winning, you're doing good, you're doing awesome, and really make him believe that, because he was winning, but he just kept looking for the negative things. And so even though he was winning, he was still sad and upset because he just kept looking for the bad things. And a lot of your clients may be the same way. You may be getting them great results, making them a lot of money, doing whatever the case may be, but they still be looking at the bad. Oh, yeah, well, the last guy was $100,000 job, but he was a dickhead and whatever. And that lead was supposed to show, but she didn't close. And yeah, we closed 7 new projects last week, but whatever, right? And it's like, wait, you closed 7 new projects in a $100,000 deal? Well, what? It's like, yeah, I guess. No. What do you mean you guess? What, like, you're kidding, right? No, I'm not kidding. Dude, that's insane. Yeah, I guess. No, that's insane. A lot of people in this world don't get a lot of positivity. They don't get a lot of, praise and accomplishment. And so if you can be that guy in their life, right? Like a lot of people, let's just, fit the stereotype. A lot of men work really hard for their wives and their wives never appreciate them enough, right? And they feel underappreciated. And so therefore they downplay a lot of their wins a lot of the time. And so what you can do is if you really show them like, hey man, dude, that's awesome. People deep down will really care, and that it'll really mean a lot to people. This is more than just a little churn tactic. This is like some psychological stuff to make your clients actually love you and be better human beings. So try it. Try this out on your clients. That tip right there will save you from so many churns, from unnecessary churns. Churns are people churn even though like, yeah, it was going great, but we just, I don't know, something just didn't feel right. They'll save you from those kind of churns. Okay. Number 11 here is client games. What I mean by client games is create a contest amongst all your clients, right? And tell them like, hey, whoever closes the first client out of, next month, I will send $500, right? And you send it to all your clients. And this is especially if you have a community, this works really well. Or for example, like, hey, whoever collects the most money this month, I will send $1,000. I will give a month free. You could do a month free, right? It doesn't technically cost you much. It can be a huge value to some of your clients. These are just some ideas of things you could do to incentivize your clients to not only have fun within your company, but also gets you better results because you're incentivizing them to work hard to win something, right? And so having client games can make working with you a bit more exciting than just, the day in, day out kind of, whatever the case is, kind of just working with you, if you will. Number 12, or number 13, I believe, is longer contracts. And what I mean by this is not in a way to sort of screw over your clients, but the longer you sign someone on, the longer you get to work with them. And the longer you get to work with them, the longer you get to know them, right? And the more you get to know them, the more you get to know their market, know their offer, know, kind of their sales process, their team, dynamics, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you'll start to be able to get them better results because you kind of start to know the ins and outs. And so the longer you create that contract, the longer that they actually work with you, the better results you're able to get them. The better results you get them, the less likely they are to churn. Now, the very, very final tip, and probably the best one, yet the one that no one actually wants to hear. Sam Evans has a really good video on this talking about eat your customers' complexity. You can go watch it. It's incredible. But essentially the moral of that story is do more for your customers. And so the easiest way to prevent churn is just to genuinely do more and get them better results. And I'm not talking about doing more in the sense of like you actually have to pile on more work, but if you can increase the chance that your customers make more money in less amount of time while doing less work, they will stay longer. And there's a direct correlation to clients staying longer, getting more referrals, and making more money. And so although it sounds like, oh, of course we know this, Stefan, genuinely, if you can just do more for your customers in the terms of like get them a bigger outcome in a lower time horizon, right, in a lower time frame with less input on their end, so less effort, you will decrease your churn. Okay, that's why done for you could argue probably has a higher LTV or even just a higher selling point than DIY because it's more valuable. Okay, so if you're going to be more valuable to clients, do more for them, solve more problems, and solve bigger problems. That's it. That's the 14, I think it's 14, maybe I miscalculated, tips that you can increase or you can apply, to your business, especially service-based, SMMA, marketing, digital, whatever the case is, so that you can make more money by keeping your clients longer and make them happier because client results are number one. Hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions, you can comment them down below. And if you want to partner with me, you can click the button, first link, I think, in the description. You can go check it out. Peace.